It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Newell. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys the weekly interviews from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here. In fact, tonight's one of those nights because tonight we're here to recap the Real Housewives of New York City. And did you guys see Leah's 15th anniversary party? That was insane. So guys, nobody showed up dressed right. It was such a great episode. I really loved it. And I'm curious what you guys thought. But before we jump into it, you know how this works. Make sure you like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and most importantly, subscribe wherever that button is. That way you don't miss any of our future interviews or pop culture content. All right, guys, so what we know about this episode so far is that Luann is hiring a ghostwriter for her new memoir, and Leah's throwing a party for her 15th year anniversary celebration. That's for her clothing line, Married to the Mob, that is. Guys, we start with Sonia and Ramona getting ready for Leah's party, and then we see Leah talking more to her sister, Sarah. I'm glad that we get to see more of her sister because I think she's great. I hope we get to see more of her next season when they confirm Leah because we know she's coming back. Then we see Dorinda, who needs to get off the phone in order to take a nap, which I guess she has all the time in the world now to take a nap because she just got cut from the Real Housewives of New York. They said that she ended up quitting, but now everyone's saying she got fired. And as you guys know, most housewives don't usually quit the franchise. Poor Sonia, let's pan over to her where we see her trying to redo this townhouse while trying to sell her newly launched clothing line. And she's so stressed. She's all over the place, but this is what she wanted. She wanted some excitement and something to be working out for her. And I think that her clothing line is. Then we see Ramona and Luann bond over Dorinda and sushi. Yeah, they both feel pretty bad and unsettled when it comes to Dorinda. They feel like she's just kind of off the charts. Like she could just pop off with her anger at any time and they don't know where it's coming from. They feel like right now she's in her feelings a little bit and there's something that she just needs to address. There's conflict within that she needs to address. This is what I don't get, guys, is Luann tells Ramona that Elise is coming to Leah's launch, and Ramona acts so surprised. She's like, I can't trust this girl. She acts completely disgusted. And if you guys remember correctly, Ramona's the reason Elise came into the group to begin with. I actually did an interview with Elise that's posted on my channel, and for the most part, you usually don't hear her say too many bad things about Ramona, unless I'm sure at some point she got pretty fed up with Ramona dragging her name through the mud. Guys, let's talk about something more positive. Leah's married to the mob party. Leah is so nervous. And I thought this was great because everybody is so overdressed. In fact, Dorinda ends up making a joke about this the whole time because Dorinda shows up overdressed. Then Elise shows up. Luann comes in overdressed. And it's like one after another where it's all of these just great looking, as Sonia says, hot people who are kind of in sweatpant attire. I guess they didn't get the memo. Leah ends up saying, maybe Dorinda didn't actually take the time to look at my clothing line. I feel like she's never seen, my site or anything like that. Again, this is no shade, but at least you don't have to worry about that next year. I also thought this was interesting too, though, because Leah, Ramona, and Dorinda end up talking about not knowing what Ramona's problem is. And they also discussed the fact that Ramona told Leah not to invite Elise. Then we see Dorinda meet Leah's mom, and again, we see kind of another similarity with Dorinda and Leah. You see Dorinda kind of compare Leah's mom to her own and says that they all need to go to church. Before we get to Ramona talking to Leah's mom, which is so weird to me, I thought that was nuts. Of course, we see Sonia flirting with all of the hot people, all of the hot guys. You see her flirting with all of them, and they love her too. Everyone loves Sonia, right? And then you see Ramona talking to Leah's mom. Elise takes this opportunity to come over and try to get a word in with Ramona, but Ramona's not going to give that to her. She ends up beelining it away, pretending like she doesn't know Elise, and she's like, bye, Jolene. She just goes ahead and just dismisses her. Elise continues to chase Ramona out of the party, and Ramona's calling Elise an evil girl, but this is where Ramona takes her exit. And of course, we get Leah's speech where she ends up thanking Rob, who is her ex and also the father of her daughter, which is really respectful. Again, I have to keep saying I love their modern family dynamic. Luann and Ramona talk about Elise the next day, and Ramona thinks Elise is manipulative. They're going on and on about it, and this is right before Luann's ghostwriter shows up. So then Ramona has to get off the phone and I don't even know why this was important, but we see Ramona have phone problems again, very much so like Sonia's Century 21 party. She's always struggling with the phone, but yet she says she's not too old to be cut off the housewife. So which one is it? Guys, we get ready for Dorinda's birthday celebration tonight, and this is another thing I got excited about. This is why I love this episode so much. We have so many modern day dynamics, and this is another one. Dorinda ends up inviting John. She's talking on the phone with her sister and tells her that John feels like family. Even though once she throws the party, and I'll get into this, Ramona was confused, but who cares what Ramona thought about John showing up to Dorinda's party? It wasn't Ramona's party. And mind you, Ramona was probably just one of the few who was kind of abrasive enough to say it. I'm sure everybody thought it was weird that John was at this party. Then, of course, before we sit down to dinner, let's give an ode to Sonia planning her drag bingo night, however that's going to go. I'm sure it'll be exciting because Sonia always delivers the fun. But we sit down with Dorinda at the head of the table. Okay. This is where Ramona shows up and she's all kisses. Ramona is all kisses, but again, she doesn't know why John's here. And like I said, who cares what Ramona thinks? But I think we all wonder why John's there. But Dorinda explained, she feels like he's family. So at the table, everybody is on their phone again, and this is one of Dorinda's pet peeves, even though everyone's kind of participating in it, I guess. Everyone's going on about it, and Dorinda's starting to get a little bit annoyed. Ramona's like, don't get annoyed, and then goes off and starts talking about how angry Dorinda gets while Dorinda's watching her, and this is only making Dorinda get even more annoyed. So I wouldn't really mess with Dorinda if I were Ramona, but Ramona knows how to push those buttons and then be like, oh no, why are you so angry? And we all know somebody like that. I hate when people do stuff like that. But then again, Dorinda kind of feeds into it because you can see the facials. She's ready to pop off any second. Saved by the day, John gives a toast and Dorinda feels good. It lifts her spirits, and Luann gives a toast too, but it's a little drawn out, followed by a Countess Cabaret singing of happy birthday. At this point, this whole thing feels like an SNL skit to Dorinda, and she just thinks this is a whole comedy show. She just did this in Mexico, so we know she has a sense of humor about it, but she's like, probably what is life at this point? Guys, I'm so excited for what's upcoming for the Real Housewives of New York City. We're going to have the finale and then, of course, the reunion, which is going to be so excited because all of the reunions in 2020 have been virtual. So this one, we get to see face-to-face. Even though that they're socially distanced, we see the mask, and it's Leah's very first reunion. So I can't wait to see her. She's coming to just start dicing heads. You know she's going to act as a mouthpiece for Elise because Elise was not invited to the reunion. And some say that's because Ramona didn't want her there. But you know that Leah's going to go in on Ramona, and you know Dorinda is too. Again, guys, Dorinda has been fired, let go, or possibly she quit the Real Housewives of New York. I don't exactly know. I do have my opinions, but I'm curious what yours are. So go ahead and like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and most importantly, subscribe and let me know below whether you think Dorinda was fired or she quit. All right, guys, with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow for our live recap at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, except for you, Jolene. Bye, guys.
Check us out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching Up and Adam.